Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. Now, I may have found out why the music has been quiet in the last couple of episodes, and this is why we are starting an options screen. You see this slider for music? You might be able to hear it as the music goes up and down. It's alright. It's all very quiet. Here's the what happens if I move the effects volume slider. You hearing that? Music gets a lot louder. Apparently music is tied to the effects. Don't know why that is. Seems a little odd to me, but I guess effects are going to be a little bit louder if we want background music. That's fine. Anyway, we will save those changes, and we were about to set off into this building, which I've forgotten what it's called. It is the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. So we're just going to head in there. So do we know anything about the Hall of Revealed Mysteries? I don't think we do. This one's, you must go to the Records Archive. That's not the hall, is it? No, that's just a Records Archive thing. Spend time with Durance. This one is Cade Nua. This one is Cade Nua. This one is Sagini. This one is about a plot for somewhere else. Interesting. I just noticed this is a two-story job, and this one's talking about I just noticed this says stealing something called the Heart of the White March. Just noticing, that is what the DLC is called. Maybe that's a lead into the DLC, maybe it's unconnected, but I find it difficult to believe it's completely unconnected. Rogue Knight, we need to go to somewhere else, so that's not here. And this one we have to go to the Catacombs, not here. And Never Far from the Queen is not here either. So, yeah, we know nothing about this. It's probably where the Scriveners are, but apart from that, nothing else really. Someone actually stole something from the hall. How did they manage to do that? Someone stole something? Whale only knows that Grimda's looking for someone to blame though, so stay clear of her for a few days. Ooh, can you tell me anything more? I love the smell of old books. That wasn't really what I was looking for. It's tab in this one. Okay, I've played a bit of Divinity, and it has the exact opposite buttons than this game. That's fine.
I could while away hours in here, if we had the time, of course. Do we?
Yes, we do have time to read all the books, Kana. If you're quite done talking, let's see what we've got here. So we've got a Kickstarter character, and then we've got Fexa. Hello, Fexa. Welcome to the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. I mean, just fantastic.
Well met, friend.
Oh, hello. The woman barely glances up from the tomes on the table as you approach. You're welcome to browse the stacks, but mind that you keep your voice down. This is a temple after all, and Grimda doesn't tolerate disorder. Why don't you tell me about yourself? She throws her broad shoulders back. I am a scrivener and a devotee of Whale. It's my duty to look after our records and resources. Her chest swells with pride. Oh, this could be the records place we need to go to for Edier. Anything else? This is a temple? Looks like a library. Her eyes grow wide and round. That's because it is. Whale is the god of mysteries and answers, encryption, decryption, concealment, and revelation. She raises her hands to the rows of shelves. Its guidance comes from the understanding of the unknown and the protection of hidden knowledge. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries was built to celebrate that. To think there's such a place in the Dyrwood. Incredible. I'd love a glimpse of the archives. How many secrets must sit upon these shelves? Yeah, that didn't really answer my question. She sighs and rolls her eyes. Yes, it is a library of sorts. Temples dedicated to Whale tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. We use that knowledge to unravel and preserve mysteries of the world. Who's Grimda? Fexa speaks reverently. Why, she's the High Archivist. She's one of the most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowing about it. Almost nothing anyway. She scratches behind her ear. You should probably tread lightly around her today. Probably a bit mad about that thing being stolen. Well, thanks for the warning. Okay, what have we got here? The books on these shelves cover the history and mythology of Old Valia. I think this is going to be one of the ones where we're not able to actually read a lot of the books, which is probably good. Oh, never mind, books to read. Oh, those are steel. Okay, so we're not going to be able to read the books. That's good. We're going to have a look around anyway. Anywhere that we're allowed to go, we will go. No entry to the archives without Grimda's permission. Okay, who are you? Just a priest of Whale? I assume this is the archive. Is this the archives? Or is... Yeah, this can't be the archives. It must be behind the locked door. Let's head in here. You're not mad about me coming in here, right? Nope, but I can't read any of the books without stealing them. It's a little bit annoying. Can we head in this way? Yeah, we're allowed in here. That's stealing as well. So if we wanted, we could kill all the scriveners and get the books. Probably not in character. Travels to Ariel of Levy. 2662 to 26.8. Question mark. Okay, so it's saying that they're not sure when his travels have ended, or if they ended. We are here. These symbols on the pages writhe and shift. They're dizzying to look at. So maybe some magic books. A lot of priests, some more scriveners, and an eye. Ooh. Keep searching. The obscured leaves clues for those who seek, says Grimda. What is this? Impossibly, this painted eye seems to move when you turn your back. Okay. Hello, Grimda. I guess we want to speak to you about Edir. Let's see what Edir wanted again. It would be fragments of a scattered faith. He wants to find circumstances of his brother's death in Defiance Bay. Oh, he wants to go to the archive in the Ducal Palace, so this isn't actually where we need to go anyway. But I want to talk to Grimda. Maybe we can help her.
Well met, friend.
An elderly dwarf surveys the stacks. Her skin looks tough and wrinkled as a walnut. Despite her stature, she manages to look down her nose at you. You're welcome to look around, but the priests and scriveners continue their search. She shoots the nearest robed figure a withering glance. Wouldn't do to give them any other excuses. What are they looking for? Maybe I could find it. She sizes you up, stroking your chin. And I could trust you to bring it back, I suppose. She scowls at the robed priests again. You certainly couldn't do any worse than this lot, anyway. Thieves made off with an ancient scroll of Whale. They intended to blasphemy? Blasphemy? I don't know. By selling that which should remain hidden, a secret of the 100 Visions. Her wiry eyebrows arch over her spectacles. The guards caught one of them, but were overzealous in their interrogation. All they could piece together is something about a farmhouse and the road to Dyrwood. Okay, interesting, because we just came on that road. Also, these guards were overzealous. I started to think they might be involved. Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do with them, but bring back the scroll. Wheel rewards the persistent seeker, and so do I. We do know one farmhouse. Actually, we know there was one farmhouse we couldn't open. We actually found that. And there was another farmhouse where we found Kolsk in it. I don't think it was him, but it could be. An ancient scroll of Wheel. Oh, there's a fine prize. I mean, a worthy task. What else do you need? I had questions about the scroll. Ask. Tell me, what do you know about the thieves? Very little, except they were foolish to believe they could steal from the god of secrets. That, and they were fleeing to a farmhouse. How would you know they're fleeing to a farmhouse? That seems odd. How should I handle the thieves? However you can. Kill them, rob them, leave them. It makes no difference to me. She waves a hand and smiles grimly. I'll consider it one of Whale's mysteries. What's so special about the scroll? Whale is the god of secrets. If I told you that, I'd cheapen it, wouldn't I? She cackles. It's a parable, the kind that nourishes the inquisitive mind and poisons the foolish. It seems odd that a few burglars just managed to steal from a place like this. Grimda huffs and squares her shoulders. Some secrets Wheel keeps even from me. Well, let's talk about something else. I'd like to know about you. I am the High Archivist of Hall of Revealed Mysteries. She coughs loudly into her fist. And I am too old and too busy to be bothered by inane questions. Even just one or two? Canna sighs. I'd like to know more about Whale. Her smile reveals a row of crooked teeth. That's the rub, isn't it? Whale is the god of things hidden and revealed. The more of the 100 visions one sees, the more one is yet to discover. Though we often call Whale he who sees and is not seen, it is neither male nor female. To assign any definitive characteristics to Whale is to miss another essential part of its divinity. The 100 visions? A term of reverence for Whale's many revelations. Despite the name, they're infinite. Each epiphany leads you to yet another enigma. And I thought I was busy. Well, we will be leaving you. Oh, I thought it was scrolling, but it was just because of where my mouse was. That's fine.
Hey.
Let's go... well, we could go back on the road to retrieve the scroll. This is us finish the first area of Defiance Bay. We haven't really done any quests apart from that one we stumbled upon. But I would like to get a quest done at some point. So we could head off to the world map here, or the First Fires, or Brackenbury. So these are the two ones that are connected, First Fires and Brackenbury. So we probably want to head off there as well. This says world map. I'm interested. Can we just leave out that way? Does it take us to a different place? Yeah. Oh, it's not that in this game. It is that one speed up in this game. Cool. But yeah, I want to go out this just to see if it unlocks any new areas, and then we'll probably... I think I remember where the farmhouse is, actually. Crazily enough, or at least I remember where it is on a map. Are you a person? No, you're a commoner. Oh, that wasn't the way I meant that to come off, but anyway. So what we'd want to do if we were traveling around the rest here is probably go to Brackenbury, Andra's Gift, Hermitage Hill, and then First Fires. That would be the way I would handle that. I think in the Woodend Plains, we actually saw a farmhouse. Did we clear out the Woodend Plains? I can't remember. Be map. Yeah, we did clear it out. Here's the farmhouse I was thinking it would be. That's, like, quite clearly a farmhouse. Is it, though? Oh! Hello, Ibn and Thief. I didn't really expect anyone to actually be here. How about you go knock over the Thief, because he's going to run in. Our ranged, we have the ranged melody on. Everyone has the ranged weapon on. Good. So I want you to start casting the accuracy buff. Just down here. And then the rest of you, I guess I'll manually do it. All of you need to attack this one. There we go. And then the wolf also attacks this one. Right. Oh, they have a bear. Okay. And Bakerwolf. Okay. And Venka. So they all have names. I wonder if there was another way of doing this, where you found out about the plot in a different way. Another thief. Edgar. Or maybe it doesn't actually, like maybe we don't kill them like in the previous fight. Yeah, I just want you to head up here, Adair, until we've worked out. Okay, so now you can attack. Probably knock over. Okay, now that you've done your healing, I want you to do the Holy Radiance. Well, now you've done your accuracy, do Holy Radiance. That'll heal everyone and should hurt the front row. I don't want them to attack the bear, because I think Adair is fine. I want them to attack the thief. There we are. Durance, after you've done that, you can probably attack that guy. That's fine. We're going to switch you, well, we'll switch me over to this, and we're going to get him to go behind and start stabbing. Probably with a blinding shot to start with. You three can continue attacking the thief. Let's see, what's the wolf attacking? The wolf is currently attacking Venka. So all three of you should attack Venka, because that gives Sagini extra crit points. And you should use your Hobbling Strike on Venka. There we go. That worked. Are we attacking? We don't see Pierce. Oh, we are attacking. Good. Okay. Venka should go down. Wolf, now attack the bear. Sagini, use your attack on the bear as well. Okay, and you two. I guess we want you to attack the bear. Aloth could probably start casting some spells if we wanted to. Might be worth just getting him to go and cast a grease on the back row. Not necessarily that fantastic, just something to do. Oh, the bear's dead. Wolf's attacking to that one, that's fine. You can attack that one. There we go, back to her down. I want you to turn and knock over the last one. All three of you, I want you to attack the thief. There we go. Wolf, we're going to bring you back because you're a little low. We're going to send in me instead. We're going to send Durance in there. All three of you attack the damn thief. Okay, cool. We get extra crit stuff because we're attacking one on the ground. Then I want everybody to attack that thief. And then everybody to attack the next one. Edgar. Or Edgar. Okay. Cool. We did it. we got everybody. Let's have a look at their bodies before we have a look at our quest update. So here we got armor. Ooh, medium armor. So it gives you Sunbeam as a spellbind and immune to boost. I want to have a look at that later. The rest of it we can just take into our stash. All of this. We got a grimoire, which is definitely good for you to have a look at a lot. Some more sugar. Anything else in here we want? Probably not. Ooh, the clothing looks cool if nothing else. I think the rest of it's kind of bad. Scroll of Wheels, what we're looking for, actually. We should drop that in our inventory. As you take the scroll, you hear a voice. You have found it. Now lose it again. What? You think this theft was an accident? The voice seems to shift, as if the speaker was constantly changing age, race, and sex. My relics were never meant to stay in one place for long. They are meant to be lost and found. It is the search that gives a thing value. Take it to the Black Meadow. Find the drake that faces east and bury it beneath the skull. Uh-huh. Okay. So, we could do that. We could take it to Grimda, tell her what it said, then do that. That seems much more reasonable. We'll see if that works. The rest of this, though, needs to be looted. There we go. You need to also be looted. I think we got everything off of their bodies. Right. Ooh. That's something that can be harvested. Might as well grab it. If we ever decide to do harvesting things. And now, we should look at that grimoire and look at that piece of equipment. So, this one is, so it grants Sunbeam. Sunbeam is just a burn damage blinding spell. What does it scale off of? Do we know? Oh, all abilities scale off the same thing, don't they, in this one? Stat. This is the stat explanation thing. That is somewhere in here. We could just look at it like that. So might is physical force. What does that say about during interactions be used in combat contributes to damage and healing. Ability to channel powerful magic. I didn't know that might did that. Okay, so might determines the damage it does, I think. Con is just kind of how much health you have. Dex is how quick you can do things. Perception is involved with crit because it gives you accuracy. Yeah. Int gives you will defense and duration area of effect. And resolve gives you kind of leadership stuff. And some extra defense stuff. Okay, so this would give you some sort of attack. 3 per rest that does burn damage. It appears to be flat though. Flat burn. This one doesn't appear to scale with anything. It's just flat burn damage. Okay. Maybe it does eventually. So burn damage is just a damage type. Okay. And would be blinded for... Make them blinded for 15 seconds. And that's accuracy plus 10 versus reflex. That's the bit we care about. So it's their accuracy plus 10 versus the opponent's reflex. So if we have someone who's really accurate, that would be good to have them with this equipment. Okay. There's only 3 per rest. Which is actually fine, because 3 spells before you rest. We rest pretty often. Negative 50% poison effect tick rate. And a disease effect tick rate. That's pretty good. It means you're going to take less damage to get poisoned or diseased. And you also get DR9 free and extra against slashing and crushing. But it lowers your recovery speed. So this is the amount of time that character spends between actions. Wait, does that mean yeah, that must mean it lowers your... So that means you can do more actions? Let's read the text and maybe this will help us. The paladin, Huron Wrath, came across a countryside village beset by gulls amid his life's work to rid the world of the undead. He believed that their very existence was a blasphemy against the gods and a scourge on all kith, and having observed the creatures prowling the night and skulking in dark places, he fell prey to the then common misconceptions about their nature. He had his order that he had his order create armor that shone with the light of the sun, believing them vulnerable to daylight. Unfortunately, he tested this theory in the cleansing of the crowded vampire den, discovering too late that the light only alerted the creatures to his presence. Published research by animancers has since dispelled many of the dangerous myths surrounding the undead. Also, I just noticed there's the enchant button. Is there something we could actually... Ooh, we should look at this at some point. So how do you add extra enchant? Oh, that's what the resource... I've discovered crafting. Interesting. We'll look at that later if we ever need to. Wait, does normal armor have... That's not normal armor. It does have recovery speed, so that's negative 35. Let's say, our armor. Armor is negative 20%, has much lower DR. Kanna's armor is, quite good DR. So that gives extra damage reduction with it as well, but that's because it's fine. We could replace Kanna's armor with this armor. That would be much better. Like, the thing is, even Edier's armor is, like, has less recovery. So this one's, like, really for a tank. This is somebody who is not going to get hit by anything. Like, he really does not want to be, taking damage. Although it's only medium armor, it's not heavy armor. So we could give it to Kanna. Kanna's accuracy is 47 base. Ours is 73, which is why I was hoping that we could... Wait, does it change per weapon set? No. Oh, it does. So how do we know what his accuracy is of this effect? I guess it would just be base accuracy minus... Does one of our things have an accuracy buff? Oh, that gives us 4 accuracy. Ah, that's why. This one also gives us 4 accuracy. That wasn't really what I was aiming to do. Let's move that over there. Trying to discover why this might be. Oh, it might be because we have something else buffing our melee accuracy. Okay. I want somebody to wear the armor. Sagini, your armor is negative 25%. I think it's probably best on us, even though it's going to reduce our recovery speed. Right now, we're pretty much playing a ranged character. The extra blind is nice. The disease tick rate is nice if we ever actually have to get into combat. The extra resistances are nice if we ever actually have to get into combat. I think we do have to switch to medium armor. Also, we look awesome in this armor. If nothing else, we are just awesome. Also, I just remembered that we got this scroll. Can we read the scroll? No, because it's not in our inventory. Interesting. And then we got a new grimoire. We got Ibn's grimoire, which has mirrored image, which allows you to do high deflection. Granting high deflection bonus, which is reduced with each hit taken. Okay. Blinding web. Ooh, that could be useful. Having a web ability is very nice. Yeah, I think we'll keep this, although Fleet Feet could also be useful in certain circumstances. We're just going to keep it around. Okay. Also, we have this amulet. Oh, that's an intellect amulet we never really decided what to do with, I think. Do we have anyone who's not wearing it? Yeah, everyone's wearing a neck item. Except you. You're not wearing a neck item. So we shouldn't have this amulet in our thing. So this one gives intellect and resolve. Let's just find somebody who could use intellect and resolve better than you can. Max endurance? Probably not. You could use the intellect and resolve because we want your abilities to have higher AoE. So we'll take away the cape. We'll give Sagini the cape. Looks kind of cool on her. And then we'll give you this amulet. Cool. Right,
Hey.
Let's head back to where we were wanting to go. So we want to head back to Copper Lane. Right, let's keep on heading on through. Did we ever get our strongholds fine, right? We still have Nirad in there. We're not going to do anything with him. Things are being built. Yeah. The wall will be finished in 1 day, 6 hours. I think we just want to keep increasing the wall. Wait, are we in the right place? Did we ever go into the center? I think we just went around the outside. We never went in the center. Oh, okay. What's this? Whole bunch of people. Oh, they're actors. Hello. Can't talk right now. Lumdala. The statuesque woman has a gaze that could cut stone. She turns her chiseled cheekbones to the sky and favors you with a look of acknowledgement. Her eyes shimmer under the silvered eyeshadow and razor-precise line of kohl. Before you can speak, she throws up her hand in a dramatic fashion.
Good day, stranger.
Autographs after the performance, please. Great art requires great concentration, and greatness is expected from the Revel of the Stars. What's the Revel of the Stars? We are the finest theatre troupe in the city. We believe that the best art is immersive and true to life. She looks at the amphitheatre with rapturous expression. We stage our performances right here in Copper Lane for the edification of all. I suppose I can spare a moment for a fan. What do you do? That depends entirely on the demands of the role. She lays a slender hand on her chest. I am the Pallid Knight, the Widow of the Woods, the Warrior Queen Magicka. All at different times. To live a different life each day is a glorious thing indeed, my friend. Does the Revel of the Stars take in many new members? But of course, good drama is the balm to the soul, and we wish to offer a true theatrical experience to as many as possible. What kind of members do you take? We take in the new, the old, the tall, the small, the experienced, the inexperienced, whoever is best suited to fulfill a role to the utmost. How long do you keep members? As long as they're able to satisfy the demands of the roles. She smooths a wayward strand of hair. True acting can be a grueling process, so some last longer than others. I'd like to ask something else. Actually I don't. That's fine. Oh, very well. If you happen to know any aspiring thespians, please send them my way. Her lips stretch into a hungry smile. We always have a place for novices. Okay. You can't talk right now still, right? Yeah. Audience member, actor, understudy. You must be the only person worth talking to. You're also an actor. Okay, so if we find any thespians, we will definitely do that. And this is benches are strewn with chicken bones, broken bottles, and greasy scraps of paper. Okay. We'll come back later, I guess. Good to know. Good to know. We want to head up here to this building. Okay, everyone's ready. I don't think we found any thespians yet. I was just going through, like, have we met anybody? Nope, don't think so. Right, along to the end. We'll talk to Grimda and see what she has to say.
Greetings.
And inquisitive, I see. Ever inquisitive, I see. I found a scroll. Ah, let me see it. She rubs her hands together. They sound like two sheets of dried parchment. She takes the scroll and turns it in her hands. Yes, indeed. She traces the paper with a surprising gentleness. You've done well. She presents you with a folded section of fabric. Well, as both keeper and discoverer of secrets, may this hood aid you in revealing what is obscured and keep you hidden from those you wish to harm. You find a key in your palm. You are also free to visit the Elder Archives and take whatever books or scrolls you find in the open. Spreading and circulating new mysteries is part of our service to the obscured. What else do you need? Well, it was talking, but... okay, I guess we'll go away now. Well, that was kind of disappointing. On the positive side, we are allowed to go into the archives, I believe. Yeah. Let's see what we got in here. I mean, if we'd known that this was the choice, of course we would have gone here. Don't know why I closed the door. We're allowed in here, but that's fine. Trap triggered? I just wanted to open the chest.
Not feeling my best here.
What is that? Get out of whatever that is. Okay.
I'll see what I can find.
So this is a book called Theorems of Pangram. A heavy old book that carries a dust of centuries. The pages are fine and thin as onion skin and covered with obscure diagrams and notes on animancy. Well, we'll take it. We got a quest? That's a quest item. Oh, okay. Sure. What's in here? The life and discoveries of Pangram. Mention the name Pangram to anyone, even with a passing knowledge of animancy, and you could find yourselves in for a very long discussion. Publicly reviled, but privately lauded as a hero and a genius, Pangram's history is at turns revolutionary, horrific, and mysterious. Pangram was fascinated, some might say obsessed, with the concept of animancy. It consumed his life as he dedicated everything to understand it. He would frequently travel to Eordlenfath and the Dyrwood to visit the Egwathan ruins. There he would take notes and make sketches, bringing anything back with him that could help him unlock the mysteries. After years of study, Pangram had reached the point where he could no longer conduct research on his own, and he took on an assistant, Helig of Then. Soon, Helig was making trips to Eordlenfath in Pangram's stead, gathering knowledge while Pangram stayed behind to experiment. This partnership quickly bore fruit, and Pangram made a breakthrough, one that would irrevocably change his life and a general attitude about animancy forever. While the specifics of his experimentation will never truly be known, the rumours and stories that still circulate tell that he had sent out inquiries asking for live subjects to help with a dangerous experiment that might change their life, or might end it. Those who were already dying were especially encouraged to apply. Response was overwhelming, and Pangram had his pick of numerous willing bodies. That is when he had his breakthrough. He discovered a way to fix a soul, anchoring it to its body so it couldn't leave at death. He had discovered eternal life. His research and life's work had resulted in the greatest single discovery that animancy could hope for. His findings were published and quickly spread through Valia and beyond. While some groups, the Wodekin Church for example, decried his work as nothing more than blasphemy and heresy, many put it to practice. Everyone wanted a chance at immortality. But everything comes with a cost. It quickly became apparent that simply restraining the soul while keeping the person technically alive was doing nothing for the body, which continued to decay, devolving and warping the soul now trapped inside it. The creatures it created were dangerous, carnivorous beasts that killed brutally and indiscriminately. The backlash was ruthless. The practices Pangram discovered were outlawed. His works were collected and burned. He and Helig were branded heretics and hunted, chased from town to town until Pangram simply vanished. Helig was trapped down, captured, and brought to trial for atrocities committed against Valia and its people. The trial was barely more than a formality to bring the charges against him, as everyone knew the hand he had played in the disaster. He was sent to prison for years, but eventually released once public outcry died down. Not long after his patrol, he disappeared as well. Occasionally talk surfaces that a copy of Pangram's theorems had been found untouched by the purging flames that destroyed its brothers. These rumours seldom end up being more than that. Many groups and wealthy individuals have formed, sending out a call to anyone who will listen. Find us a copy of the theorems. They offer gold, jewels, status, anything they can to entice adventurers to help them achieve their goals. For there are those who would give anything for a chance at immortality, even become a monster. I think we may have found out why someone might want the book. What have we got here? We have Scroll of Valor and a Scroll of Defense. Okay, we'll give those over to you currently, Durance. And then what else? We have one more thing we can steal. We'll just have a quick look, okay? The Queen that was and still is an Animancy in the Modern Age. So, Animancy in the Modern Age. Animancy is a science both respected and reviled, sometimes by the same person. For all the research done on the topic, we still know so little. Control over life itself. Some animancers have been working towards for hundreds of years. There are no real records of how the practice of animancy was first discovered, but once the spark of knowledge ignited, there was no stopping its inevitable discoveries. In 2260, animancers, as a result of their extensive research, successfully contained and transferred a soul. The subject of the experiment, whose name was unknown, was young and wealthy, but infirm. The idea was to move his soul from the dying body into that of a recently deceased man who had suffered an accident. The new body, bearing only slight decay, would house the soul, giving the man a much better life. The outcome of this experiment resulted in the condemnation and outlaw of animancy in the Iderian Empire. Again, while we have no true record of what happened, as they were all destroyed after animancy was outlawed, a journal was discovered, a makeshift confession by one of the participants. Excerpts from that journal follow. 2260. Fon Prima 16. It is done. The gods forgive us for our arrogance. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Certainly not that. But what did any of us expect? Still, behind the revulsion, there was a sense of pride, something I can't deny. All the research, the studying, everything we worked for. We thought we changed the world. How it's changed. All was in place, the twisted form lying on the table next to its new vessel. The equipment had been prepared, the tinctures, and potions all carefully crafted, each detail painstakingly organized to ensure its success. We most assuredly succeeded. The procedure went exactly as it should. The soul, extracted from the body, held, bound in place to prevent it from moving on. Then the next step, transfer to the fresh vessel. It was beautiful and terrifying. I listened as they spoke of the words of binding. I watched the soul move, not the soul itself, of course, but the vapor we used to detect it, as it lowered into the vessel. A gentle luminescence covered the body, and then nothing. Silence, darkness. I held my breath, afraid that even the slightest disturbance would destroy all our hard work. Then motion. Then, dear gods, then. Okay. Blood. How did I survive it? I do not know. The vessel rose from the slab and the room breathed. Every person crowded around the tables exhaled. Some cheered. We had made life from death. We had become eternal. The body closed its eyes, tilted its head, looking for all purposes to be listening for something, or to it. Then the eyes popped and it moved. Its lips peeled back from its teeth in a horrible expression of fury. It fell upon the nearest man, tearing his throat, knocking him to the ground. Then the room erupted into screams, shouts, and a flurry of bodies running, pushing, doing everything in their power to get away from the creature sitting on our colleague. But right before that happened, in the split second before the chaos, when there was nothing in air but stunned, terrified silence, I heard it, sitting there on his chest, face at his neck, and it was feasting. Okay. Right. That's incredibly creepy. Don't mess with Animancy, the queen that was and still is. Dear sisters, do you remember your first deliverance? When you strangled your first wrongdoer? Did you see the moment when life became death? Could you see the instance when your victim realized Wodaka forgets nothing? When Wodaka takes back her throne, will you face her with pride knowing you have held your own oaths? Or will you be first among the word breakers? Wodaka teaches that vengeance and memory. While she is in exile, we must be her eyes and ears and let no injustice slip from record. We must be the clenched fist that silences the lying breath. When Wodaka takes back her throne, all the injustices that have slipped through the cracks of history will be righted. The villains hiding in plain sight among the innocent will feel the burned queen's choking grasp. Pray you live to see the day when you will join our queen in this cleansing of the wicked. But know, my sisters, that we must be ready to see the end of our days without the return of our queen. For she will take back her throne, but it may be our daughters that serve the restored court. We must continue to live as we have always lived, hated by other faiths, even though we place justice above our own well-being. At least the Empire of Adir still holds our creed in proper esteem. It is a proper sign of respect that, by imperial custom, our clergy must oversee a contract for it to be legally binding. For who else understands the value of remembering one's oaths than Wodaka's faithful? Let us not count our current blessings, for we still enjoy the support of the Paladin Order the Steel Garrote. They too understand society is built and broken by the oaths and rules of its people. When Wodaka takes back her throne, my family will know that I was right to commit my life to the exiled queen. When Wodaka takes back her throne, the Strangler will stop being a story told to frighten our daughters, but a hero woven into parables that teach our children justice. When Wodaka takes back her throne, she will bring her flawless memory with her. Every transgression, every crime, every injustice will be revealed. When Wodaka takes back her throne, even the gods won't be spared their due retribution. Okay. Now that might be, the gods might be talking about Edir's god Aethys, or Waidwin,
all right, then,
who was his prophet. I think that might be what it's directly referring to, but we'll see. Now, we were sent here to, it says never far from the queen, so we're meant to find Leaden Key in the City of Defiance, never far from the queen. So yeah, that is definitely Wodaka, and that's why we have to go to the temple, but it's just like more on Wodaka. So things might go bad there. Anyway, nice meeting you, Fexa. We're gonna head out and probably not gonna come back for a while, at least, if we ever do.
At least we're out of that mud hole, Gilded Vale. I grew up in Gilded Vale. Quaint. That's what I meant to call it. No, you had it right.
Okay, now they've finished talking, I'm going to go and say that this is a good point to end the episode. We've finished the entirety of Copper Lane, and now we've got quests to do in it, or we can go to a new area. I think we're going to go to a new area. I think that makes sense. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.